I had sat down with one of my girlfriends and we were chatting and we were having like a really big heart to heart. And then she asked me, she's like, well, what is something that you want to do that you're afraid of? And I was just thinking, I was like, well, I do everything that I want to do. I own 2 businesses. I work for myself. I'm a sole proprietor. And I couldn't think of anything. I'm like, I go hiking. That's my favorite activity to do on the weekends. I felt like I did everything. And then it just like popped into my brain and it was like, college. I want to go to school. In high school, I just loved health and fitness and working out. And then after high school, and I started working at my hair salon, after like 5 years, I think I wanted to try something new. And I had always thought of personal training. And then honestly, it was like spur of the moment, signed up for NASM, personal training certification thing online, and I did it in a couple months, and then I got certified, and then I did a nutrition certification as well, and then right afterwards I did an internship at a gym, and I started working at a gym. So it was like back to back to back, and then I was still doing hairstyling too as well. So I was working 6 days a week. I actually applied to UVU right outside of high school. So I had graduated with my cosmetology license. And then after that, I was unsure of what I wanted to do. I was actually really nervous to work into a salon. UVU seemed so big and so scary, and I had no idea what I was doing. So we came in, and then I had some issues with like my social security number, and it was kind of back and forth for a while, and then I kind of just gave up. I was so overwhelmed, and I had no idea what I was doing, so then I just started working. About 3 years ago, maybe a little over 3 years ago, before I did my personal training certification, I applied again. And then I was trying to do FAFSA and like financial aid, and I just got overwhelmed again because I didn't have anyone to like help me or walk me through it, but I also didn't try to find the resources to ask for help. So I was really upset and I was really sad because I knew it was something that I really wanted to do, but I was just terrified. June of last year was when I kind of sporadically decided to go to UVU. I had sat down with one of my girlfriends and we were chatting, and we were having like a really big heart to heart. And then she asked me, she's like, well, what is something that you want to do that you're afraid of? And I was just thinking, I was like, well, I do everything that I want to do. I own 2 businesses. I work for myself. I'm a sole proprietor. And I couldn't think of anything. I'm like, I go hiking. That's my favorite activity to do on the weekends. I felt like I did everything. And then it just like popped into my brain and it was like, college, I want to go to school. And she'd gone to UVU and got a master's degree in education. She just gave me a great pep talk, and she's like, oh yeah, you can do it. Like just easily. And I'm like, when you say it like that, it sounds so simple. But like in my head, it just seemed like this huge thing. She's like, I'll help you, I'll walk you through it. And after I met with her, I Googled UVU and I called the first number that I saw. I just said, I kind of need someone to hold my hand and walk me through it because I don't know the process. And they said, walk into the administrative building anytime. And this is in June, so this is like 6 weeks before the summer semester started. So I just walked in, like that next day I walked into UVU and I just, random, I didn't have to make an appointment, and I just sat down with someone and she was just this really nice girl. After that conversation, I applied and enrolled, and it's open enrollment, which is amazing. And so that's how I got started. And then from there it was just a whirlwind, and then I met with my advisor, my first year advisor, and then signed up for classes and then just came to school 6 weeks later. I am in exercise science and outdoor recreation. My goal is to ask my advisor and my professors of careers that are in that type of degree. Like, I just don't know what exists out there yet. I think if you go to school and you're like, I'm gonna go to school for accounting, so I'm gonna be an accountant, but you have no idea what other careers you could pursue within that degree. And so that's what I feel like I'm trying to figure out here, is what else exists out there, because I don't know yet. I know health and fitness. I know there's a lot of careers out there. Coming to UVU already was just overcoming such a deep fear. Just stepping into UVU, I don't know, I feel so comfortable and like happy, just so happy to be here, because it was like almost 10 years battling with myself, trying to convince myself if I should or shouldn't go to school. And so just coming to school, I just am so proud, and I absolutely love it. But UVU specifically, it feels like everyone's your cheerleader. Like every staff member, it's not just a professor or something, it's like every staff member, like they make that apparent that they really want you to succeed, not just in school, but in life in general. Like UVU is so much more than just an education. I thought walking into UVU would be full of just strictly classrooms, but I feel like they have more rooms that are not classrooms. They're dedicated to either resources or just fun things or classes, like the outdoor adventure center that you can go to too. They have the gym here. They have all different types of things that you can kind of interact with. UVU is more than like I could ever imagine. Like I was very excited to start and very like hopeful, and like I just had no idea. The campus is just beautiful in general. There's so many places that you can just like little reading nooks, or you can just sit outside and you can walk around. It's huge. Best advice is just to ask questions and like reach out. It's very vulnerable asking questions, but you're not going to get anywhere if you're just inside your head trying to battle yourself and answer those questions that you don't know the answer to. So like Googling UVU and calling the first number that you see and just asking them for help, and then they'll lead you to someone else and you can ask that person for more help, and then the next person for more help, and then you get the help, you get the confidence. Confidence comes from being afraid of something and doing it anyways. Like that's courage. And I don't think you necessarily have to have courage first. I think it is something that comes with time and practice. UVU is a place to be nervous and scared. They got you. It's comfortable. It's not as big and scary as you think it is.